It's the last DTS of 2015. Bungie Weekly Update's going on a bit of a vacation, but they're giving us a free emblem in January. All that and more coming up.
You're listening to Destiny the Show. Welcome, Guardians.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Destiny the Show. My name is BBKDRAGOON. Ditty, how are you this week?
Awesome. We actually picked our puppy this past week, so we know which one we're getting.
You guys are getting Flynn, is that correct?
That is correct. And as soon as we found out which one, we're going to keep the name, and we created all social media accounts for it. So you can follow it on Twitter at PoodleFlynn, FLYNN, and there's going to be lots of daily pictures and some videos, and it's going to be super cute and awesome, so be jealous.
Excellent. This week I'm trying to think, well, Christmas obviously happened. I ended up getting Super Mario Maker, which
nice.
Pretty stoked on. That game, so fun. Infinite amounts of Mario levels, so much troll as well. There are some levels that are just designed to hate everyone, like to make everyone hate everyone. It's but there's some good ones thrown in there as well. Do you guys have a good Christmas? Eat anything tasty?
Yeah, we had some brats with my parents, and then with Sanik's parents, we had the classic turkey and ham, and everything was delicious.
Quite jealous. To everybody who gave us some shout outs, some love for the Christmas intro, thank you. That's one of my favorite things. You like it? Yeah. I'm trying to think of doing more of those throughout the year rather than just waiting for Christmas, but we'll have to wait and see. All right, so before we hop into the very news-light day, a quick rundown of the show. We're going to go through the Bungie Weekly Update. There's an exclusive emblem you can earn if you play Destiny between January 7th and the 10th. Also, on the 7th, you're going to get 15 strange coins and 15 motes of light for free as kind of a late Christmas gift. Bungie Weekly Update's not coming back until January 21st, so they're taking about a month off. We're also going to talk to new players joining the Destiny family. Ditty and I are going to give our tips if you're somebody who just picked up the game for the holidays and hopped into it. We're going to give you some tips to hopefully give an advantage or, a little bit of knowledge to ease your journey along, and that's basically what today's show looks like. Before we get into that, I want to ask Ditty, what was the favorite game you played in 2015 that wasn't Destiny?
So that's actually a really tough question for me. Or I guess it's really easy, depending on how you look at it. Because the only games I played this year, and this is kind of sad now that I think about it, was Destiny, League of Legends, and Halo 5.
It's not too sad, but I know you love your League.
League is just, I can't go away from it, because it's so good competitively, and I love playing a competitive game, and it's, I don't know, sometimes I just need a break from shooting things. But for Halo 5, only played 15 hours. That's it. I still haven't beaten the story.
Did you see the stat on the website? So Microsoft did your Xbox Live year in review, and it showed you basically a bunch of stats and metrics for your play time on different games. And I'm amazed Microsoft published this, but the average play time for the entire Halo 5 community was 10 hours. On average, the community played 10 hours of Halo 5 since release, which that to me, it's kind of a sad stat because I love Halo, loved Halo for a long time. Indicative, though, of a couple of things. Halo 5 did not get Social Slayer until just 3 weeks ago, and even the Social Slayer playlist has True Scale activated in it, so all I play are Diamond and Onyx people, which I still like the fact that it's sometimes Slayer, sometimes Team Snipers, it's great, but Halo 5, crazy emphasis on competitive play. For the pro scene, I think it's awesome, but for the majority of players who aren't in the competitive world, dude, it is a cutthroat game. I have a really hard time playing Halo 5 for longer than an hour and a half at a time, just because it's like Team Arena, Diamond Onyx, oh my gosh, it's sweaty. I'm drenched by the time I'm done with a match, dude.
Yeah, it's intense.
Oh my gosh, my phone ring. Sorry.
Anyways, but other than that, Sanik, she got Until Dawn this past year and loves that game. Oh my god, I watched her play most of it, And she played through it about 5 or 6 times to get every single possible ending. It's a good game.
Yeah, that was talked about a lot. It's a PlayStation 4 exclusive, right?
Ooh, yeah, I think so.
And what's the sort of gist of the game?
Bunch of teenagers in a house on a mountain, and scary things happen.
So kind of slasher film-esque?
Yeah, I would say so. Maybe not so... I don't know. I haven't seen many slasher films to really compare.
Yeah. Okay. Well, good. And there's multiple endings. She got all of them, you said?
Mm-hmm. Yep, every possible ending.
Favorite game of 2015 for me, it's a toss-up between Metal Gear Solid 5 and Final Fantasy 14. But I'm going to give it to Final Fantasy 14 because, well, Heaven's Ward is what I'm actually talking about. Final Fantasy 14 came out a while ago, but Heaven's Ward is the expansion that came out for it this summer. Man, like 70 hours of story, like straight up story, good story, before you actually get to endgame content like raid and dungeoning stuff or crafting.
That's awesome.
Really cool game. A lot of depth. Care about the community quite a bit. And hey, guess what? It's an MMO game. So, just like Destiny, you have content drought. That hardcore community right now is really upset because the new patch that just came out, or the big content patch 3.2, maybe 3.1, has just this really, really grindy quest. Super grindy quest line to get through. Not what everybody had wanted. So, Destiny's not alone. Every MMO apparently struggles with content drought. And they just want new. Give us more raids. We need more raids. So for the Bungie Weekly Update, not a whole lot happened, but the SRL Film Festival picked its winners. Congratulations to Autumnatic. Hope I pronounced that right. I've been subscribed to her channel for a while. She's a YouTuber who makes Destiny montages, uploads other montagers' videos to her channel to give exposure, which is pretty cool. And the video was a Sparrow Racing League music video.
Yeah. It was fun.
It was sort of weird watching these videos because there's just not a whole lot to work with when it comes to Sparrow Racing. You know,
there really isn't. There really isn't. It's going to be a lot of the same footage across multiple videos, just from different shaders and sparrows and stuff. But without a theater mode, proper theater mode, I'm surprised they even did
a film festival.
A film festival.
A lot of people were just using clips from the actual announcement trailers in the vid doc, which is like, they have to. They don't have any other way to get third-person perspectives outside of the racing views. Oh my gosh. Well, a little behind the scenes here on DTS, the phone keeps ringing. That's the second time it's happened. It's one of those robot phone calls, and the phone's far enough away from the mic so that it wouldn't make an issue, but just frustrating. Keep losing my train of thought. Let's talk about the free stuff that's coming, Ditty, later, January 7th. What are players going to be getting?
You'll be receiving 15 strange coins and 15 motes of light and a surprise mystery package in the Postmaster.
Mm-hmm. And they say don't upgrade stuff, right?
Yeah, they say don't spend all your motes to upgrade one item. See the Postmaster for your packages. When the time comes, you may have to clear your backlog for them to appear. Backlog of Postmaster packages, I think.
Could this be a max my item instantly consumable?
Year 2 Gallahorn, maybe?
Yeah. No, see, let's look at this the more realistic lens, the cynical lens. It's going to be a consumable item that automatically levels up a piece of gear, and you can buy more from Tess for $3. Boom.
Or
calling it.
Or a random legendary engram, like they've done in the past before.
Maybe so, yeah. I'm being the little jaded one here. Also, if you log in and play any activity between January 7th to the 10th, you're going to be getting an exclusive, yet-to-be-revealed emblem to mark the fact that you were there. Just log on to Destiny and play whatever you like, complete a playable activity in your director so we can track you. We'll pass out the emblems to those who qualify on January 12th. Ditty, let's talk about this date time frame. January 7th to the 10th. Why? Why this 3-day period? Why encourage people to log in at this point?
Yeah, it's really weird because if they were going to do anything special for Christmas, they would have done it this past weekend. If they were going to do something for the new year, they would do it next weekend. But they're doing it the week after. It's the first 7th of the year.
Yeah.
And Bungie and their number 7, that kind of makes sense. But it could also be the fact that it's after the holidays, after everybody's been traveling, people get situated back in their homes and can regularly play Destiny again. I think that's what it is.
So the 7th of January is actually a Thursday, which is the date we get the weekly update. And so the 7th, 8th, 9th, and the 10th is basically that weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The Bungie weekly update is going away until January 21st. They're taking a break, and I'm going to quote here at the end. We'll be around between now and then. Perhaps we'll cross paths or swords in Iron Banner. Look for updates to sustain your Guardian lifestyle on social media or our forum. The official news cycle will rev back up when there is news to propel it. It's been a pleasure to serve you this year, Guardians. Let's do it again. Deej out. So, if there's no more weekly updates until the 21st, having it deploy on a Thursday, I speculate it might be something New Year's oriented in the tower, like decorations, but I don't think it's an event. I think the fact that the weekly update is going away for a month tells us there's no January event for Destiny. And if there is one, it's showing up way late, like the very end of January.
Yeah, it's really strange that they're taking an entire month off. Like, if you think about it, the 21st of January, that's late January. If they're going to announce anything when they come back, it's going to have to be pretty big, I think. And the earliest we would see an event for February, I would say, is mid to late February. Is the next big event like Sparrow Racing League.
I can't say that I'm actually excited about a month off from the Bungie weekly update. I get it's the holidays, and if they need some time off, of course, go for it. But even if it was just a tiny little, here's some community creations that Cosmo's been looking through, I'd love to still see that. It's just weird. Bungie weekly update. This has not happened since the game began a year and a half ago. Has it?
I would say they're kind of going into the dark, like in their little cave to really plan and flesh out some new ideas for Destiny Year 2. Because starting next year in January, February, March, that's the next stepping stone in Year 2 content. We've already had the first one with Sparrow Racing League and Festival of the Lost, I guess. But this next event is really going to determine if the Year 2 content distribution is going to be worth it, in my opinion. If it's just another Sparrow Racing League, granted it's going to be updated, maybe with more maps or something, it's got to be big because it's going to set the precedent for the rest of the year. And I think the reason they're taking so long off is because they want to come back from this month break with some awesome jaw-dropping news. That's my hope.
My hope as well. You know, as you said, a lot riding on this next event. The morale of the hardcore community rests on the precipice, and it's about to go off the edge of a cliff if it's something like Festival of the Lost again. Year 2 is just a weird experiment. It's been very different. Last year at this time, we were playing Crota Zen. We were getting ready for hard mode, weren't we?
Yeah, I believe so.
And although Year 1 wasn't perfect, knowing the plan, knowing we were going to get Dark Below, knowing we were going to get House of Wolves, added a layer of comfort to not only content creators and what we do, but players themselves, knowing that there were incentives and reasons to work, because there was going to be a lift in the ceiling of gear cap and a lift in all these new items that are going to be arriving into the scene. Year 2, who knows? Who knows? It's a mystery.
Yeah. Communication, I think, could be a little bit better, and just knowing what's coming is way better than, like, are they even working? Are they at the office today? Maybe.
We know it. We know they are. All right, let's hop into the topic.
Please, Guardian, let me help you. If you come looking for wise words, I shall try, but I ask you to turn them to action.
Speaking of holidays, Xur showed up with some sweet goods, Bones of Yao, Armamentarium, the RAM, the Meta Multi-Tool. Did you buy any of them?
I got the Meta, yeah. And I didn't want to get the RAM because I was actually surprised that they had a Year 2 version of that. I totally forgot. But Armamentarium, I'm not really playing my Titan right now, so I didn't really get that one. But Meta Multi-Tool is amazing because he did Radiant Dance Machines the week before, and I was running around the Crucible like a madman.
You were not
this
joking.
Past weekend.
Meta Multi-Tool is incredible. Incredible right now. I've been playing some of the new patch PvP stuff, and I can't say I notice a massive difference with the pulse rifles. It's noticeable, but it's not as significant as I once thought. Last Word, definitely notice a difference. It's more viable of a choice on the smaller to mid-range maps. But Meta multi-tool right now is unbelievably strong. And like you said, if you have Radiant Dance Machines, what a powerful combo. Straight up third eye strafing. You almost never need to leave the scope.
Yeah, I run Keen Scout on my Night Stalker class. Oh my gosh. Enhanced radar and marking targets and running faster. It's amazing.
I ended up purchasing the RAM as well. I need to buy the Bones of Yao because those were some of my favorite year one, probably my favorite year one hunter piece of all time. So fun having that extra jump, dude. So welcome all new players to Destiny. Experienced veterans, you probably won't get anything out of this. And if you do, cool, that's a bonus. But for new players coming into Destiny, let's walk through some of the tips that we would give our younger, more newbier Destiny selves. Ditty, if we could roll the clocks way back until the beta or back to September 2014, what are some of the things that we would have liked to have known? Starting out with the leveling experience. Obviously, it's different now because they have the Spark of Light that can let them jump to level 25. But bounties are pretty important, aren't they?
Bounties are incredibly important to quickly leveling up in your first 40 levels. So every time there's a new bounty available in the tower, pick it up, no matter what it is, and try and complete it. Even if it's a Crucible bounty and you don't really play Crucible that much, hop into one of the classic playlists and just bust it out, and they should be done pretty quickly. But bounties, yeah. Now that you can turn them in orbit, oh my gosh. And quests, too. Quests give experience, the earlier ones. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of resources to level up pretty quick.
So starting at the very beginning, would you recommend they use Spark of Light on their first character? I think
no.
So. No? You'd want to go through 1 through 25 again? Because I don't. I'd go back and do it as a bigger Guardian, like a more leveled up.
Here's the thing. It's different. For you, yes, because you don't want to do the grind again. But as a brand new player, I would say start at level 1. Don't use any boosts, like the Spark of Light or the one that you can purchase to maximize your subclass.
Don't buy that. Ever.
I think new players should experience level 1 to 40 the way it was created.
The way Bungo intended.
The way, well, see, now they're intending people to do the microtransactions. So it's kind of hard to say that. But I would say, yeah, just grind it out. I mean, it's going to take a lot longer, but in my opinion, it's way worth it because the first 18 levels or so, that's year 1 Destiny story content. It's the foundation and the fundamentals that you learn along the way that's going to open up the rest of Destiny for you. I think you should just not use the Spark of Light and just do it 1 to 40.
I mean, I'll play the devil's advocate. You're not going to hurt yourself that bad if you use Spark of Light right off the bat. So if you don't want to save it for an alt character and go right away, I don't think you're missing a whole ton, and you can always go back and play through it again. Some of those missions are pretty cool. Definitely pick up bounties as soon as they're available at level 4 and complete them. The scaling for leveling is a little bit different now that year 2 is here, so it's not going to be the same vanilla process where you would get stuck at level 16 and need to grind until level 18 to be able to effectively finish off the certain storyline that I'm not going to spoil, even though I almost did there. They used to, in year 1 vanilla, you'd hit a cap and have to go grind strikes for like 2 hours to get an additional level or so. But do those bounties, man. Turn them in. And if you have access to any of those Red Bull codes for the XP boosts, oh my word.
Oh, yeah, that really helps. I would recommend the XP boost, yeah. Because it just quickens. You can't buy it anymore.
Well, you can buy it outside in the real world when you get Red Bull.
I think that would be the only boost. I don't know. I have no idea.
Don't get scammed into buying them. If you don't buy codes, buy the actual drink. But man, you activate that XP boost before you turn in a full stack of bounties. I remember with TTK, I think I went from level 36 to 39. Like that. It was ridiculous, man.
I hit level 40 instantly.
Yeah.
I'd use a Red Bull code, and I had my, since I had the legendary version of the Taken King, I had that exotic class item that increased my subclass gains.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I started at like I did the first Taken King story mission, and I was on the second one, and I'm like, oh, I have all these bounties I can turn in, because I had stored 16 of them up from the week before. And I just popped the extra boost, experience boost, and I put the exotic class item on. I just popped all the bounties, level 40, instantly.
If you're going to grind strikes when you reach level 36, because the gear grind is non-existent until you hit level 36, and then as you're progressing through the Taken King story, you want to raise that light level up, bit by bit by bit. Running the level 36 playlist for the strikes actually is just as efficient as running the heroic strike playlist, which seems ridiculous, but I watched a video, guy ran like 200 of each, and the results were better running the level 36 version of the strikes, which seems a little odd, doesn't it?
It's different. Yep. Not the way it should be.
Always equip your best light level gear before you decrypt anything. Make sure that you're the highest light level possible, because the chance of it decrypting to something higher is increased if your light level is a bit higher. Did I do a good job explaining that?
Yep. The higher your light level, the higher your engrams will decrypt.
Where would people go to find a group? Because Destiny, it's mandatory to have friends to play with if you want to run Nightfalls regularly, start raiding, getting into trials, or even having a lot more fun in Iron Banner.
A couple different places. First off, I'm going to say on the Destiny the Show clan page on BungieNet, there's a ton of awesome people over there willing to take new players into their experiences, always wanting to do different activities, so definitely check that out. Link is on our website, destinytheshow.com. Second, I would say if you're a frequent Reddit user, there's the subreddit r fire teams.
That's a good place.
You can go find people there. But if you want a more immediate response, there's a Destiny LFG. The Destiny Tracker LFG site is very good. And I've definitely used Destiny Tracker's LFG multiple times, especially in year one when I was trying to do Crota's hard mode for that stupid Crux of Crota I never got. But the groups over there are pretty good. I would say those two.
You're going to have to be very proactive, and there will be bad groups. That's the disclaimer you have to put in here. LFG is a mixed bag. Sometimes you're going to have good people. Sometimes you're going to have complete jerkwads who kick you right before the end of the fight or kick you right before the loot drops. So,
the LFG sites are going to be more prone to those types of groups. So the fire teams subreddit and there's a Sherpa subreddit, people dedicating their time to taking new players, specifically new players, through activities. I forget the name of that one, but it should be on the Destiny the Game subreddit sidebar.
Yep, it is over on the right side there. And they also have a Sherpas for Crucible section to help people out with Iron Banner, which is pretty nice. I think finding a group is the most important thing once you reach endgame. That way you don't fall off, because Destiny is so incredible with a group of friends. It opens up so many more things that you can do, and a lot of people fell prone to the vanilla year one syndrome of hitting level 26. They didn't have any friends to raid with, and so they just stopped playing altogether. And the same thing can happen in the Taken King. You hit level 40, you get your light level up near 290, and you have nobody to run King's Fall with. You have nobody to do trials or Iron Banner, and you just fall off. If you can work to find people to play with, and it will take work, it's so much better. It transformed Destiny for both Ditty and I when we started raiding with a group and playing with our friends, the Pineapple Boys, because it just opens up a bigger world of things to do in Destiny, right?
I would say so, yes.
Any pitfalls to avoid in regards to, I don't know, anything that you would have told yourself, don't do this or don't worry about XYZ?
I would say, even though we just talked about how amazing Destiny is with other people, I would say learn your favorite weapons to yourself. Leave that to yourself. Don't listen. If someone says, "Oh, you shouldn't be using that gun sucks," I think you could figure that out for yourself if you like auto rifles. I know I did this to our really good friend Nacho, when I was recording our Sparrow thing. I saw he was using an auto rifle, and I'm like, dude, you're using an auto rifle? What? And he's like, yeah, I love this gun. It's awesome. Then I looked at the perks on it. Yeah, it's a pretty damn good auto rifle, but I hate auto rifles because, I don't know, I just like pulling the trigger more times, I guess. But to each his own, everybody has his favorites. So if you really like this sidearm, and everyone's telling you sidearms are crap, don't use them. If you really like it, use it. Because if you can make it work, it's going to be awesome.
The advice I'd give myself is play multiple classes. If you have the time. For a lot of people, leveling up an alt character is a very daunting task. And you and I have run all 3 classes since probably Dark Below era, I would say. Yeah?
Yeah. I would say, yeah. I had 3 max level characters by the time the Dark Below hit.
It's way more fun to PvP with different classes and try things out. I love playing my Warlock. It's my favorite. It's my main character. But then I started playing PvP with the Hunter class, and I'm like, dude, throwing knife, golden gun, being able to jump with Bones of Yao 4 times, like, that was so cool to me and such a fun experience. Now, I don't like Hunters that much in PvE, and then you hop onto your Defender Titan, and you're like, oh, this is pretty cool. Trying out different builds and different classes adds a whole nother layer of diversity to the game. I'll encourage you, don't buy those $30 level boosts. Those are too expensive. I know it's boring to alt level up a character, but I'd rather put like 6 or 7 hours into a character getting them to level 25 than $30. Not my jam. All right, well, I think that's going to wrap up this DTS. It's a little bit shorter than usual, but light on news. Keep your eyes peeled to social media and the Bungie forums for maybe any happenings. They still could surprise us with something unique. I can't figure out why January 7th through the 10th. They seem like very random dates to pick, man. If nothing's going to happen other than, here's an emblem because, right? Doesn't make sense.
Very strange.
Where can people find your content?
Twitter.com/PoodleFlynn and Twitter.com/DittyDTS, DITTYDTS, and YouTube.com/Wooshness, WOOOSHNESS.
Remember to check out our friends over at DestinyTracker.com. If you're somebody new, definitely head over there and you can check all the stats for your Guardian as your adventure begins. Go to DestinyTheShow.com for all the links from today and more. You can follow us on Twitter at DestinyTheShow. Same thing on Twitch.tv. You can follow me at BBKDRAGOON. Same name on YouTube. Thanks, Guardians. Have a wonderful start to 2016. Be safe and hopefully enjoy some time with families. We'll talk with you next week.